GarageBand for iOS has a built-in beat sequencer to use with electronic drums and drum machines to create beats. In this video, we'll cover how to use the beat sequencer in GarageBand. Before continuing, make sure to check out our previous videos in this series so you're all caught up. Also, make sure to press the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notifications whenever new videos are released. That way you can follow along with the series. The beat sequencer is the other way to create drum sounds in GarageBand. To start with the sequencer, go back to the tracks view and select the beat sequencer under drums. Just like the acoustic drums instrument, we can select our instrument using the triangle drop-down in the top left. We have a lot of different acoustic, electronic, and percussion instruments, but I'll use the modern 808 kit. The beat sequencer in GarageBand is a 16-step sequencer with different squares that we can select to get a note to play at different positions. With the 808 kit, we get a kick, snare, clap, 2 hi-hats, and toms. The bottom left of the beat sequencer gives us some more options. First, let's press the little I information button. This sets the pattern settings. The length of the pattern is 16 steps by default, but it can be increased out to 64 steps. If we do this, we'll have to scroll through the screen to get this view in 16-step increments. We can also set the step length to 16th notes, change the playback mode, and the swing. To the left of the eye indicator, there's a button that looks like a die. This is the random button, and it will create a random sequence for us. We can keep the random sequence, or we can rearrange some of the notes to customize it ourselves. Not only does it create random notes, but it also randomizes the velocity. At the far left, we have different factory and custom patterns to choose from. There are a few screens to scroll through for factory patterns, or we can press the button for custom and save our own patterns with the buttons in the top right. With our pattern mapped out, we can get the beat sequencer to play by pressing the power button in the middle at the bottom. The tools in the bottom right allow us to select what touching the screen does. Step on/off changes whether touching a note adjusts the note value as on or off. This can be flipped with the velocity tool, which allows us to change the velocity of the individual notes. The velocity is the intensity or the loudness of the note that we'll hit it with. We can get some controls for note repeat, chance, and loop start end. Just creating a pattern with the beat sequencer doesn't add it to our project. To get the beat sequencer pattern added to our project, we need to go to that section of the song that we want to add it to, then hit the record button and add it to our project. This will record it as a MIDI track to our project, just like we did with the acoustic drum track last time. With the beat sequencer, we can create multiple beats and save them to different sections of our song. It's best to save our beats as a preset to keep using them. Once we're done with the beat sequencer recording, we can go back to our tracks view and see that it's been recorded to our track, and we can edit it with a MIDI view, which we'll look at in future videos. Thanks for checking out this video on using the beat sequencer in GarageBand iOS. If this video helped you out, don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon to get notified whenever new videos are released. You can also check the video description for links to social media accounts to stay up to date on all our new content.